Alright, should be recording. Can I see the file? I see the file. Continuing in Far Cry 3, which it's just getting weird. It did not want to start, and it's also, has Ubisoft just really screwed up Ubisoft Connect? Because, yeah, I have to ask if they've screwed it up because I needed to log in twice to launch the game, and I don't know why. So not really the happiest about that situation. I do have things to talk about besides that, but yeah, it would be nice if it were a bit more stable, or just, hey, if you didn't need to actually use Ubisoft Connect to launch it. There's one thing about GOG that's nice, because technically all those games being DRM free, you can just launch directly. And it has a spring sale going on now. Hey, see a transition. I can do those sometimes. Not always, but it's possible-ish. I do remember that I wanted to. Anyway, what all have I got here? We can basically run down that. Well, not quite. One of them I want to do. So one piece of news this week, there was a what? I guess in some ways it's not too surprising, but it still surprised me. Intel's had a couple moves in their upper echelon. One, I can't remember the first name. Last name is Pan, Pann. He is now going to be in charge of Intel Foundry Services. Is that it? So that, if I remember correctly, is the portion of Intel concerned with like manufacturing chips for other companies. So like if Nvidia or AMD, for example, but more likely be others like Apple, want to have chips manufactured using Intel processes, that's where you would go. New guy in charge of that, but Roger Kadori is leaving, which kind of surprised me, but also didn't really surprise me. He wants to go and do a startup with a focus on generative AI for gaming, storytelling, and stuff. And it's like, yeah, that actually doesn't surprise me. He wants to do that.
See anything you fancy? I like the red ones myself. The purples will give you a lift on a grade A. Everything is excellent, really. Oh, not
Back when
yellows,
those
don't take them. They are liable to kill you. The mix is not quite right yet. Well, that said, Dr. Earnhardt here, or in and out, as the case may be.
Yeah, I'm Jason. Dennis said you'd be able to help me, that you found one of my friends.
One of your friends? Huh. I am, distilling a batch later today.
What?
Oh, you mean the girl, Daisy.
Oh, it was Daisy.
I assumed you to be speaking in code.
Where is she?
Well, she's in my house. Here.
Need to keep progressing, but oh, good. Because wait, no, I can't sell stuff, but I can try to buy some stuff. Full on it. I already have. I'm saying I need to. Oh. I need to sell stuff. That was the most reliable way to be able to get space.
She's burning up.
Yes, of course. When I found her, she had cut her arm, which in itself would be no cause for alarm, but she had cut through a field of Anti-Aris toxicaria, upas trees. Highly poisonous latex. I have been administering an antidote each hour. I'm afraid that another dosage may be required. Well, I did just examine the box.
It's empty. Where should I go for more?
Set us up with a couple of cave mushrooms and we will be right as rain. Peruse the cliffs. To the west.
Thank you, Doctor. I'm sorry for the rush.
Think nothing of it. The girl must live. For you and me both.
There was something on the table. Whatever. Alright, so we can not open up that door. Yes. See? Step up this way. Alright, so, yeah, it is definitely interesting. Midori leaving Intel. I mean, it was 2017. I fortunately didn't see in the Anantech article. They gave that date in 2017 when he just surprisingly left AMD, and then, what was it, a month or two later he announced he was going to Intel? It was definitely unexpected, that. And in some ways, I don't think it's too surprising that he's doing this. A lot of people tend to be tempted with, alright. Wow, I am in danger. I can get these, please. A lot of people associate Vega's failure, per se, with Kodori, but the thing is, in some ways, Vega wasn't that bad. I mean, it's still able to work at a time when it's like, yeah, even the 1070 and 1080 are not doing so hot. Trust me, I know, I've been collecting data. There's another thing I can talk about.
Ew.
Yeah, so there was, I think I mentioned last week. I think it was last week. The Witcher 3 getting it's an update to versions 4.02, and it's like, yay, now I can start collecting data, except DirectX 11 fails to launch, as in it crashes every time I try to load up a save. So, yeah, that's the Witcher 3 performance analysis. I'm sorry, I do actually want to, I don't remember what. Those are boars, not pigs. Yeah. Have any Komodo dragon skin? Okay. But yeah, and I do want to use DirectX 11 and 12 data in that. Now, technically, I could use the 401 DirectX 11 data, since currently that's the only way you can launch DirectX 11 and have it run.
You didn't mention the cave was underwater.
But it's I don't like that idea of mixing the version. I think it would be more interesting to be able to compare the version. So yeah, that is just having to wait. Hey, give me gives me some time to work on some other things that have been waiting, and also I can try doing some more improvements to the script, which I really should be working more actively on than I have been, but
This crazy
yeah.
what he's doing.
Hopefully you know what it is, where it's like, yeah, I know I should do this, but it's like, I need to do it for this project, so when that project's on hold, this one. Kind of like that. It actually was the second. One piece of news I decided not to write up because it just didn't quite seem right to write up. You know, not quite the kind of thing I'm looking for. But it's interesting. Apparently, it's called crit rate. Yeah. It's an interesting concept, though I'm not sure how much I like it. Just, I don't know, I kind of like my system. The idea to it is a recommendation system for games that is actually, it will weight things differently based on the kind of game you are.
What the hell?
So if you, for example, for a more linear experience, it would weight this game lower, even though it's very highly rated, generally. And something, well, actually, that might be a better way to describe it. If you were to look at the Red Faction series, Red Faction Guerrilla, open world game, very good. Red Faction Armageddon, however, is much more of a linear game.
The path leads to the heart of the jungle.
Studio called. I got the role.
It's still, Armageddon is still a good game, but it is not a sequel to Guerrilla, so you would have the different weighting between them.
What about the rest of our vacation?
I thought we could talk about this like grown-ups.
Lisa, we're in Bangkok together, and I can't believe how beautiful you are.
Want me to smack you like I did your friends? Promise that I take care of you both.
Riley is your little brother. He looks up to you.
Hey, Jake, if you're gonna come to our house, you need some, right?
Yes, sir, I'm busy. Dr. Earnhardt? Hello?
Yeah, I don't want to talk.
What are you afraid of? You're a natural, man.
Great?
There it is. Okay.
There they are.
I think I'd have taken more than one. But yeah, I mean, I like the idea of taking that into account, that, you know, different kinds of games are going to like things differently, but it's still just the whole... I don't like the idea of score.
How long was I down there?
It's like that's part of the reason why I don't use them. I just use if I recommend it or not. But then it's also in what kind of recommendation is, how strong of a recommendation, and why. So I try to make sure that it can be understood. Like, you know, the context is there. Which can bring me to the thing that actually I was hoping to talk about last, because it'll take a while. My review of Chia went live, and I was not so positive on it. Which is one of those, it's a little awkward, because it seems like a lot of other people are positive. But it is also, I mean, part of it was like the gameplay overall I liked. It really, I would call there were two weaknesses. One is I didn't like that there was no run, because like if this is the fastest you go and you're trying to explore a large map, this is much fun. It's nice to have this. It's like even if it isn't uncomfortable to hold down shift, the fact that you are moving faster and it makes it more animated to move fast, it does have an impact. And I do feel that some game developers lose sight of that, where it's like, oh, but it's so much more convenient if you're just always running. It's like, no, we still like the action of being able to sprint. That's not too major, but it is. And then there's also like the larger hostile camp thing in there, where it's like, yeah, that really was. So get in.
Oh, Jason, what a pleasant surprise. I whipped up a couple of high notes since you were gone. Oh, yes, and the girl is now awake. Terrible fever, however. What did I do with the burgers? Oh, yes. I finished them off.
I have the mushrooms.
Delightful. Give them to me. I need a couple of minutes to prepare the medicine. Go check on her.
Yeah, it was the stories section, Chia, where I really go at it, because it... I'm sorry. My count was 3 days at Smakinas at the end. Come on. We can do better than that, can't we? Let me... do that first. Oh, and then... right. This, water has just gone.
How you feeling?
You got away, that's how I'm feeling.
The doctor's a real trip.
Oh, he's harmless. Oh, he's kind of sweet, actually. He carried me here. I escaped from the convoy. At some point, I passed out. The doctor saved me.
I'm glad you made it. It's been really rough.
Jason, what's wrong?
Grant, he,
Stop.
Daisy,
No.
I'm so sorry.
So that's it? What's this?
Are you gonna be okay? I've got to talk to the doctor about the others.
Yeah.
You sure?
Go. Jason. Whoever did this, whoever killed Grant, deserves to die.
You do get choices. I don't remember if
Can I talk to you?
killing Voss is one.
By all means.
I want to thank you for saving her.
Think nothing of it.
3 of my friends and my little brother are missing. When I find them, can I bring them here?
Absolutely not. I cannot afford to have Vass's captives here. His men buy product from me todo el tiempo.
Then this is the safest place. He won't think to look for them here.
Please, Doctor. Let him bring the rest here. They'll die otherwise.
Agnes. How can I refuse you? Of course they can stay. Oh, I'm going to need an double dosage to calm my nerves.
I'll be fine.
Wait here, alright? I'm gonna find the others.
Jason, did you find your friend?
Yeah. Yeah, she's fine. Thank you, Dennis.
You made this happen, not me. It is your victory.
Where are the others? Is there a way I can search for them? Anything to help me find them?
You know, Jason, the pirates use a satellite dish for communication on the Medusa. You could enter the comm room and listen in on the signal.
What's the Medusa?
A ship that has been beached nearby.
With pirates guarding it.
The path of the warrior, Jason. Train your body, and your mind will follow. The Tatao will bring you closer.
Alright, and I do have a new skill point. Don't remember what it is I was going for. Yeah, but fill up on just only that. Oh, I get. Oh, no, that's right. You only have, yeah, so many syringes. Totally. Yeah. Alright. But yeah, there are other issues with the... Ah, no. Ah. I'm trying to think. Hunting some stuff would probably be a good idea. I'm not sure what. Like as I go instead of just fast travel. Wait, wasn't there a goat here? Sure looked like it. Guess not. But yeah, the story in Chia just. I tried not to just say it fell apart, but that is basically what happened. Suddenly things that just did not make sense started happening. Or at least not the things that didn't make sense started happening, but that behaviors, reactions, just that should not have been that started happening. And I did my best not to really spoil stuff in there, but in the review, but I mean, come on. There we go. I think I did need goat. Ammo, throwable, munitions. Yeah, I have a feeling I'm more like that. Also, technically, I might still find go. Seems unlikely. But yeah, I mean, just that story. Chia's reactions ceasing to make sense, going hours without talking, without her and her mother talking. I mean, it just, no. I haven't looked at any of the reviews to determine if it is, if other people are like, yeah, the story's got problems, but it did also seem like I kept seeing it. I did look briefly at 2 reviews, I want to say, and both of them had kind of the childhood wonder of, the exploration here, and seeing this world for the first time and all. It's like, alright. I mean, I guess that stuff was there? I mean, I did like the how they tried to integrate some of the actual New Caledonia culture. I like that. That was fun. But it also was weird because, like, one of the things is the KOTOR? I don't remember the actual way to pronounce it. But it was basically you express your thanks towards your host, and also, well, a way of expressing thanks would be to, present somebody with a board that has certain gifts on. And you do this 4 times in the game. Game isn't that long, so okay, it's only 4 times. But it's more so, what annoyed me with it, it's like, yeah, it only happens 4 times. The first 2 times, you actually have a quest where you have to get stuff for it. And then the other 2 times, it's like, no, just what you have. It's like, that's how we're doing it? I've gotten up there before, haven't I? Okay. And since I can, I'm trying to get the treasure stuff. So yeah, I mean, it's... But hey, that's why always look to multiple review. Don't ever rely on just one. Because different people respond differently. And that's also why I even preface the whole story thing that, yeah, I'm sensitive to this stuff in ways that others possibly are not. Well, probably are not. But yeah, I mean, it's what it is. But I will admit it is always awkward whenever it's like, yes, everyone loves the game except for me. But hey, I need to be honest about it. That's what the whole idea is. Actually, wait, no.
Wait and see. We will be safe again.
The other one go.
Wait and see. We will be safe again.
Especially because there was something that needed pick. Right there. Perfect. Castaway. Oh. And it's like one of them. Oh, yeah.
Watch the fucking dog!
Okay.
Damn pirates. They're scum.
One thing I will also say, though, if you... Another thing about the whole, with my views, so it's like, yeah, I can disagree with everyone, because also in the whole, I record and then share the review playthrough. Concerning the story, there's at one point with the whole, I even, did briefly mention it, the whole, Chia gets to reunite with her mother, and it's literally hours before they talk and even have the acknowledgement that, yes, she is her mother. And it's like, they're alone for hours before this happens. If you watch the review playthrough, when I even like paused it at one point and before, because like between, it's like, oh yeah, that's definitely her. Any gamer, anyone playing the game's gonna know that. Ah, it's worth it. It's worth the shot. Anyway, between that and when it actually happens, there's a section where you're piloting the boat and your mother's with you. Do you have a large wallet? So right now I bought anything? There. Oh, actually, yeah. Oop, that's... I can get a cassowary. I don't... Is that the quiver? I don't remember, but there is something to craft with that. Anyway, I actually, like, pause while piloting before getting there, and even talk about how... I mean, it should have, like, already had the discussion. That's clearly your mother, we know. But I even say, because it's a video game, though, after this, we're still going to have that moment of, I'm your mother. And so when it happens, I just start cackling. Because it's like, yep, they actually did it. It is totally nonsensical. It shouldn't be this way. You would not tell the actual story this way. But that's exactly what they did, because it's a video game and they have to do it. And it's like, I'm sorry, if you start watching the review playthroughs, especially towards the end of the game, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna... You understand, hopefully, why it is... I'm like, no, this is... And not well told. And oh man, oh, it was a wallet. I do not know. I know that I did it. Okay. There we go. Now I have control again. It's a terrible idea, but I could try to actually take out sharks. I mean, you can't do it with the bow and arrow. It's just probably not the smartest. The last piece of news I have is, I do have it written up in the article, which I haven't, in the news item, which I haven't put out yet, and I actually need to edit. Some stuff has shown up in my email. But a company called Framework, and I think I've talked about them before. They are doing modular laptops.
Disgusting.
Such that, like, you can... A lot of it you can upgrade. Very directly, very easily. It's like you want to put in your own memory, you can. It's not soldered in. You want to put in your own storage, you can. You want to change out the speakers, you can. I mean, some of the stuff is more or less proprietary modules. The main board that has the CPU, But it's like you got all that, and you also straight away. I'm now my talk. You have the expansion card system, so on the 13-inch laptop, which is what they've always offered, you've got 4 of those, so you can have all of them be USB Type A. You probably want one to be Type C, because that's how it's charged. You can have one be HDMI. You can have one be DisplayPort. You can have multiple Type Cs there. Somebody designed and they started then selling one that gives you an Ethernet port. Neat things like that. Well, they made 2 announcements this week. One that is definitely very good, and something that has been hotly requested, because they've been offering Intel CPUs only. They are also going to be offering the Ryzen 7040 series CPUs, which are the... Is it Phoenix Ridge? Is that what it's called? But it's... AMD announced the 7045 and 7040 CPUs. 7045 is kind of just the desktop CPU. But into a laptop package. The 7040 is more of an actual, like, made for mobile CPU, so it's a monolithic die, but has several enhancements there, including AI accelerators built in. Also an RDNA 3 based GPU. It's the CPU that, for me, with upgrading, is what I'd like to go to. With upgrading to a new laptop. Is what I would like to go to. The catches for me is that I already have, what I have right now is 13-inch, and I'd like to go to something larger. Well, they also announced the Framework 16, a 16-inch laptop that has an expansion bay, not just expansion cards, of which it has 6 instead of 4, 3 inside, but an expansion bay that you can put a discrete GPU. I mean, it'll be, a laptop, but a discrete GPU in there nonetheless. Or you can put other things in there. It's got, yeah, fortunately. Probably should just consider them. Anyway, the arrows. Consider them long. But yeah, definitely need to see that. They didn't give information as far as specs for the 6. They did say end of the year, though. So that's the long we have. And also the Framework 13 with the Ryzen CPU, that's Q3. It's next month that these CPUs are supposed to be ready, so it's a little odd that it has to wait that long, but they also didn't give any real specifications for those, just that there is going to be a Ryzen 5 option and Ryzen 7. I don't remember how those translate. The Ryzen 7 should be 8-core. I don't remember if Ryzen 5 would be 6-core or if it might be 6-core and 4-core. Oh, and they did also announce the 13th gen at the same time. So the newest version, the upcoming version of the laptop 13, as they're calling it, it will be offered with Intel 13th gen and Ryzen 7000 more. Well, 7040 to be more specific. The 16-inch, though, also has some other neat stuff, because it's 16 inches for the screen. That means the frame itself is larger. And that then means, hey, larger keyboard, we can put a number pad in there. Thing is, some people like a number pad, some people don't. Well, their whole thing is modularity. So they came up with an input module system. So you can actually optionally have, well, it supports 3 different module sizes. Large, which would basically be the main keyboard itself, which looked like, 60-65% kind of keyboard. It's like the bulk of the keys, all the alphanumeric keys, the symbol keys, and also arrow keys. Then there's medium, a medium slot, which can be the something such as a number pad, but also 2 small slots,
This
which
place has got to be crawling with pirates. I need to find a lookout.
can be just like small blockers. Yeah, that. Like for just color accents.
Okay, Jason. Time to take out those pirates.
That I don't think I. Oh. Yeah. But you can also, with the small blockers, they talked about like an LED matrix. They even showed some displays on there. I mean, it's like, you know, there would be additional options for what you can do with that. But also, you know, like anyone can design more there. I also saw a thing that they are apparently working on putting an ortholinear keyboard module, which somewhat of like. In fact, what's funny is I might end up going to one as a primary keyboard. It's a little complicated. I'll but it is, the modules are in fact QMK. We'll be running QMK, which is what all my custom keyboards use. And with the RP2040 Raspberry Pi controller. Still is the whole fighting mechanic. Good. One thing though that I definitely do like about that whole modular aspect to it is you can move around the module. So you could have the keyboard all the way to the left, all the way to the right. You could have it centered. But also, it looked like the trackpad it is also on such a module. So you can move that left and right. Because I will admit, it makes sense to me to have the trackpad centered under the spacebar. So it seems weird to me when seeing keyboards where it's not at all. It's centered on the keyboard frame. But with this, I mean, true, you might not be able to move it all the way over, but you would have more room to move. And technically also, you could potentially have the number pad actually at the level of the trackpad. Well, actually, no, maybe not. Because it didn't necessarily look to me in the video showing them moving around like it's necessarily the same height. So maybe that wouldn't. It should be that way, though. That would make the most sense. But regardless, it's, you know, still a neat thing that they're doing. And hopefully I can wait until the end of the year, and hopefully they'll also have AMD CPU and GPU options there, because Radeon Chill, I really like. And I think it would make perfect sense in laptops, so I'd like keep to an AMD GPU in there then. But it's also the GPU modules would be they are modular. You can pull those out and upgrade them separately from the laptop, or you can upgrade the laptop separately from the GPU. And I leveled up.
Now,
But they also did talk about you don't need to run it with the discrete GPU in there. You can also... What did it say? I actually killed everyone. Yeah, it looks like it. Neat. And now my brain just turned off. I hate it when that happens. Oh yeah, that's right. They also demonstrated, because it's a PCIe by 8 connection there, they set it up with a with a pair of M.2 ports, so you had potentially 16 terabytes of additional storage that would be high speed at, you know, NVMe speed. Where you could put both of those in there, and there's probably plenty of other things you can do. And one thing with the expansion bay cards is they can actually, you know, change the size, of the laptop. Like, they can make it thicker, they can make it deep. So that will open up a lot of flexibility for designers of new stuff. Like, I could see somebody setting it up, and this legitimately would make sense. Instead of having like a Thunderbolt dock kind of thing, if you could have a dock of these, you know, a dock that goes in there where it's like, okay, you've got additional power input, you've got, well, like a dedicated power line out of the back instead of having to be inside. But you could also have it with an Ethernet port there, a very high speed one. It's like, why not 10 gigabit? Additional storage, probably fit some 2.5 inch drives in that space. I'm not sure, I'm just guessing. I have no idea how to get to this one. I'm just gonna ignore it, because it's possible something needs to be up. So that. Is it back here? I don't think this one is. It might be. Nope. But yeah, so it is definitely interesting, and I don't know if I'd necessarily... You can already pre-order the stuff-ish, even though specs aren't out yet, but it's like you can put down a $100 deposit to more or less reserve a spot. I'm not... So it is going to be interesting. I don't know, I like the idea of the modular laptop design in general, but I will admit I would like to see more competition there. And not just, you know, like this one place that's definitely doing it. I do remember seeing something that at least suggested Dell was going to start, I think it was, they were going to start offering modular laptops, designing such modular laptops. But I haven't seen anything about that since. There, and one second. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I just got body armor. That might not be.
Boss is recording ransom videos at PC.
He's ransoming them. I was told to line up buyers.
Do it. After the money from the parents show up, the kids go onto the black market and we deliver them to the buyer.
Double the money Daddy likes.
Hey, calm the chatter. Someone triggered an alarm at the Medusa. You morons.
We're closest. I can see it right now.
Shit, they're coming for me. I'm ready. It's now or never.
That old. Although I actually should. I mean. Yeah, I know, I was just.
Where the fuck did he go? Charging he died.
Okay. Hell. We're just blindly throwing Molotovs at me or something.
I'm coming for you. Back the area. I can't believe I lost, motherfucker. Fuck me! You're in for the world of pain.
Yeah.
You are naked.
There you are.
Hey, Dennis, I hit the Medusa. Now, the pirates sent a message about...
Jason, Vass wants us dead. There's no time to talk. Come to Amaniki village. We need your help.
Just. These guys. And then I probably actually should stop. I have two skill points. One from the mission. Skill. Yep, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. Clearing that path. Get all the way back down here. It's fast travel, but it will be stopped. Soon. Here. That. That's it. Save it. Quit. Alright, how... not even a full hour. I'm just trying to think if there's anything to say. Let me also look at my notes. No. Seeing everything here. I don't think that there was anything else to talk about. But, yeah. The framework laptop stuff is definitely interesting. Hopefully, it'll work for me, because I do need to upgrade my laptop at some point. My job, my work, I do on that. And some of the software we use, I outrun. Like, I just type faster than it'll take it, because some stuff today, some web service stuff, is so script dependent. And it's like, why is this so heavily script dependent? I don't understand why. That a laptop, yes, it's 10, 11, 12 years old, Ultrabook, but it's still, this shouldn't be actually taking that long to process. Yeah, I can get R to process hundreds of megabytes of data faster in some cases. I mean, it's like, yeah. Well, anyway, see you next time.